It starts basically with a self-evaluation, and you're evaluating, I believe it's 4 different areas of your life, and you do sort of an overall evaluation, and then you pick an area that you'd like to work on. It can be done on paper or it can be done online. It's fun, you know. It's if you ever do any of those tests in magazines and stuff like that, it's not hard. I mean, it's completely confidential. You're the only one that looks at it. You're the only one that evaluates it.
I went through the 6-week program at the Y that I work at. And there's a lot of things that I liked about it. I came into the program thinking that I was actually going to work on my physical issues, and I took the assessment and found out some things about myself that I didn't realize, and switched gears and started to work on actually my spirituality, where I was quite stuck. I was very stuck, and Scott really helped to guide me. He gave me lots of options that I hadn't thought about, kind of opened up my whole experience with my spirituality, and it was life-changing.
I love the idea that the website has a self-assessment tool that you can take and get the results without obligation to take the class. It's a great opportunity to see where you're at, and if you're not happy with where you're at, you've got an opportunity to go and be part of this class.
I think a great time for anyone is when they would want to do maybe like a tune-up on their life. I really think it's more like preventive maintenance. The way it was presented in terms of both strength and wellness based just really made a lot of sense to me and really spoke to me, because I wasn't looking for a therapeutic approach. Really saw it as a very affirming program. It really began with an assumption that you're okay, that there just might be an area or two where you want to be even more okay. It's really to look at what your strengths are, where you are well and healthy, and how can you enhance that? Are there a couple of areas in your life that are perhaps a little out of balance with the other areas? Can you bring that back together in some kind of whole? I think it gives you a process to do that, and some suggestions for doing that on an ongoing basis.
I got a lot of positive reinforcement from my Compass group. I think people are there to cheer each other on. I think they're not there to say, wow, you're messed up and I'm better than you, or anything like that. It's just the opposite of that. It's more, hey, you know, this is something you want to work on, good for you, go for it. How are you doing with this project? You know, how are you doing with pursuing your new career? How are you doing with organizing your life better? How are you doing with eliminating junk, if that's your goal, or whatever it is? It's nice because it's friends, you know, just a really nice group of folks that you can talk to.
The thing I enjoyed most was listening to other participants and how they resolve some of their issues or concerns, because it was really fun hearing everyone kind of chime in and try to help, rather. Not try to correct, try to help.
It was extremely helpful. I guess that was one of the first things. And as I said, I was in a transition phase in my life, having been laid off, and trying to figure out what my next move was going to be. One of the things, candidly, was that it was extremely well priced. I was like, whoa, this is a big bargain. 6 sessions, 6 nights. It wasn't a huge time commitment, but it was just the right length at a right time for me. I felt that it was a good opportunity to explore different aspects of my life, and I liked the idea that it was such a small group. So for me, it was very, very valuable. It gave me some new good habits.
Well, I think that the Living Compass program was very inviting. It was non-judgmental. I felt free to talk about what was going on in my life. I felt free to expose a little bit of myself, but at the same time I didn't feel like I had to, delve into real personal things. I think that the feeling in the group was very open and again, non-judgmental. It was very safe. I felt safe. The group really supported each other. The members really supported each other and cheered each other on.
And I do think there were a lot of layers of participation in our group. People went to the level that they were comfortable, and there was support across the board as far as, that's where you're at, and that's great. We came and did what we needed for ourselves, and there was just support for the other person in their process, but no expectations about where one had to be over the other.
As part of my learning, I have made a very conscious decision that we're going to use SMART goals in our relationship building. So every week we will work on one thing that we want to work on as a family. And it's got to be something very small and measurable and attainable and timely and realistic, and we're going to do it together. But I feel it's really going to be able to help us get through these school weeks. And I'm finishing up my master's, and this is how we're going to accomplish it together.
The sense of paying attention to yourself. Because if you do, then you're going to grow. Those are areas where you'll know where you need to pay attention. And the potential for growth is there if you do.